Is it possible that the food we've been told to avoid is actually the secret weapon to defying aging? For years, cheese has been villainized, labeled as a high-fat, high-sodium indulgence. Your most powerful ally in rebuilding muscle, especially after 65. In this groundbreaking video, I'm going to reveal 3 specific cheeses packed with the precise nutrients your aging muscles crave. Complete proteins, healthy fats, and bioavailable minerals. If you're serious about maintaining your mobility, confidence, and an active lifestyle as you age, don't go anywhere. I'll show you exactly which cheeses to seek out, how they work inside your body, and how to eat them in a way that supports, rather than sabotages, your strength. Just give me 20 minutes and watch until the end. I truly believe you'll find it incredibly worth your time. Asterisk. Let's start with cottage cheese. Now I know what might be popping into your head. Memories of old-school diet meals from decades past. But this unassuming cheese is actually one of the most effective tools we have for supporting muscle health in older adults. Here's why it stands out. Just half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese provides you with 14 grams of top-quality protein for only 81 calories. That means nearly 70% of its calories come directly from protein. Of its calories from protein, so it's easy to see cottage cheese delivers more muscle-building bang for your buck with every bite. But the benefits go far beyond just total protein. Cottage cheese is loaded with leucine, a special amino acid that your body uses to turn on the muscle-building process. Each half-cup serving delivers over a gram of leucine, which is critical because as we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. Older adults need around 3 grams of leucine per meal to truly kickstart growth. So cottage cheese gets you 1/3 of the way there. Right out of the gate. Asterisk another reason I recommend cottage cheese for so many of my older patients is that it's incredibly easy to eat. If chewing tougher meats is a challenge, cottage cheese is gentle on your teeth and your stomach. You can eat it plain, stir it into a fruit bowl for breakfast. Even better, it's rich in casein, a type of slow-digesting protein. Unlike whey, which gives your muscles a quick burst of amino acids, casein feeds your muscles gradually over 6 to 8 hours. Think of it like a time-release protein, continuously, fueling your muscle tissue throughout the day. It's especially useful before bedtime when your body naturally goes into a fasting state. Having cottage cheese in the evening can help protect your muscles from breaking down overnight, and science backs this up. Studies following nearly 1,000 older adults, those who made cottage cheese a regular part of their diet, saw a measurable increase in lean muscle mass. Even during periods when they weren't overly active, slow-digesting casein still helped their bodies preserve muscle mass. Asterisk, want to make it a part of your routine? Here are a few simple ideas. In the morning, try combining it with berries and a drizzle of honey. It's a sweet, protein-packed start to the day. Prefer savory? Stir in chopped cucumber, tomatoes, and a few herbs like dill or chives for a refreshing midday snack. You can also use it in place of mayonnaise in your chicken or tuna salad. Or even fold it into casseroles or pasta dishes as a creamy alternative to ricotta. And I strongly recommend enjoying it in the morning when your body is most ready to absorb and utilize protein after an overnight fast. Now, let's talk about Parmesan cheese. Just 1 ounce, about the size of your thumb, delivers over 10 grams of complete protein. That's an incredibly high protein-to-volume ratio. Authentic Parmesan cheese is aged for a minimum of 24 months. And during that time, natural enzymes within the cheese begin to break down its protein structure into smaller, more easily absorbed pieces. It's almost like the protein has already been pre-digested for you, making it far gentler on the stomach. Many older patients tell me they feel heavy or uncomfortable after eating meat or other protein-rich foods. But with aged Parmesan, they often find it sits much more comfortably. And get this, because of that long aging process, Parmesan contains virtually no lactose. Even those with severe lactose intolerance can often enjoy it without any issues. But protein isn't the only thing Parmesan brings to the table. It's also loaded with calcium, around 331 milligrams per ounce, or about 25% of your daily needs. Most people think of calcium as food for bones, and yes, it absolutely is. But calcium is also critically important for muscle function. Every time your muscles contract, whether you're standing up, walking, or lifting something, they rely on calcium to fire properly. Without enough of it, even the best protein won't help your muscles work the way they should. Asterisk now. Some of you, I might be wondering, isn't true Parmigiano Reggiano kind of expensive? And yes, the good stuff can be pricey. But here's the key. Because it's so nutrient dense, you only need 1 to 2 ounces per day to make a real difference. It's about 2 tablespoons when freshly grated. Plus, when you use the authentic version, the flavor is so rich that a little goes a long way. Here are some easy ways to add it to your meals. In the morning, sprinkle it over scrambled eggs. It instantly transforms them into a power-packed protein breakfast. For lunch, dust it over soups, salads, or roasted vegetables. At dinner, melt it into a simple mashed cauliflower or broccoli for a nourishing protein-rich side dish. And don't overlook it as a snack. Just a few small chunks with some fruit or nuts makes for an incredibly satisfying bite. When shopping, look for wheels stamped with Parmigiano, Reggiano, and the pinprick rind marks. This means you're getting the real deal. Produce 2 strict standards. Asterisk finally, there's ricotta cheese. Unlike most cheeses made from curds, ricotta is made from whey, the leftover liquid from the cheese-making process. That might sound like a scrap ingredient, but it's actually where ricotta gets its biggest advantage. Whey protein is known for one thing above all else: speed. It digests incredibly quickly. Your body can absorb and start using it within 30 to 60 minutes, and that rapid action is critical. Here's why. After any type of movement, your muscles become incredibly nutrient sensitive. That window of time right after activity is when your body is most ready to rebuild. Eating ricotta during that time sends those fast-acting amino acids straight to your muscles when they're primed to use them. Half a cup of whole milk ricotta provides 14 grams of protein, just like cottage cheese, but with a different amino acid profile. Ricotta is especially rich in branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs. These nutrients have a unique shortcut. They bypass the liver and go directly to the muscle tissue, accelerating repair and growth. What makes ricotta especially great for older adults is its soft, creamy texture. Many older adults who have difficulty chewing or swallowing find it effortless to eat. No effort required, with both sweet and savory foods, and it mixes right into recipes without standing out. Another big plus: low sodium. Ricotta has just 100 milligrams of sodium per half cup compared to more than 400 milligrams in many popular cheeses. For anyone managing blood pressure or heart concerns, that lower sodium content can make a real difference. In one study, older adults who added about 3/4 of a cup of ricotta to their daily diet not only gained lean muscle, they actually performed better on balance tests and showed remarkable improvements in physical strength. In just 90 days, the older men in the group made significant gains in muscle strength. And that's not all. The whey protein in ricotta has been linked to lowering blood pressure and benefiting cardiovascular health, making it a 2-for-1 win: healthier muscles and a healthier heart. Asterisk when it comes to using ricotta in meals. The options are endless. At breakfast, mix it with cinnamon and honey and spread it on whole grain toast. At lunch, use it as a sandwich. Spread or mix it with herbs for a dip that pairs perfectly with fresh vegetables. For dinner, scoop it into bell peppers or zucchini, into casseroles. And yes, you can even use it in desserts. Add cocoa powder and a touch of honey for a protein-rich chocolate blend or mousse. Or swirl it with fruit for a smooth, filling snack. Some people even stir ricotta into pancake batter to give their breakfast a muscle-building boost. When shopping, opt for whole milk ricotta. It offers more protein and helps keep you feeling fuller for longer. Low fat versions may cut down on calories, but they often lack the muscle-repairing benefits of the real thing. Also, check the label. The best ricotta should have just a few ingredients: milk and an acid like vinegar or lemon juice, and a little salt. The best time to eat ricotta is within 2 hours of any physical activity, even light movement. That's when your muscles are most ready to rebuild, and ricotta delivers what they need quickly. Now that we've covered the best cheeses to support your muscles, let's talk about something just as important: when to eat them. Believe it or not, timing isn't just a detail. It can determine how well your body utilizes what you eat. Asterisk: for years, most of us have been told that dinner should be the biggest meal. But when it comes to keeping your muscles strong after 65, that advice can actually work against you. Research is showing that your first meal of the day, breakfast, is the most crucial time to get protein to your body. Here's why. After a full night's sleep, your body has been fasting for many hours. During that time, it starts drawing energy from muscle tissue. It means by the time you wake up, you're already in muscle loss mode. Only way to stop it: give your muscles the right fuel right away. Studies now show that older adults who eat 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast can preserve more muscle and trigger better muscle repair all day long. Unfortunately, most older adults only eat about 8 grams in the morning, far too little to trigger any rebuilding. Toast and coffee just won't cut it. This is exactly where our 3 cheeses come in. By simply combining half a cup of cottage cheese with some fruit and sprinkling on a little Parmesan, you're already hitting 24 grams of complete protein and over 2 grams of leucine, enough to switch your body from breakdown to recovery even before your day begins. Asterisk: but timing isn't just about breakfast. It's also about how your protein is spaced throughout the day. Many older adults follow a pattern I often see: a small breakfast, a light lunch, and then a heavy dinner packed with protein. While that might seem balanced overall, this approach isn't effective because your body can't store protein for later. Here's the deal: your muscles can only use 25 to 35 grams of protein at a time for rebuilding. So, if you eat 60 grams in one big dinner, your body simply discards the excess. It's like trying to water a dry plant by pouring all the water at once. Most of it just spills out. Instead, the best way to support muscle strength is to evenly spread your protein throughout the day. That means aiming for the 25 to 30 gram range at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's one more simple timing trick that can make your muscle building efforts even more effective. And most people don't know about it. If you take a stroll, do some light stretching, or spend time gardening, even just 15 minutes, that gentle movement wakes up your muscles. And during the 2-hour window after any physical activity, your muscles are especially ready to absorb nutrients. That's when you want to give them a dose of protein like one of the cheeses we've discussed. It doesn't have to be a high-intensity workout. Cleaning the house, walking the dog, or taking a few laps around the block all count. The key is that you combine movement with protein while your body is still in that responsive state. Research shows this simple combo builds more muscle than doing either one alone. Asterisk. Now, a lot of people ask me how much cheese should I eat every day. Let's break it down into numbers that actually make sense. First, you need to know your total protein needs. For adults over 65, experts recommend 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you're not sure how to calculate that, here's an easy method. Take your weight in pounds, divide it by 2.2 to convert it to kilograms, and multiply by 1.2. So, let's say you weigh 150 pounds. That's roughly 68 kilograms. Multiply that by 1.2, and you're looking at a daily goal of about 82 grams of protein. Of course, you shouldn't get all of that from cheese. Variety is key. But cheese can easily cover a large portion of that requirement, especially on days when your meals are lighter or your appetite is low. Here's a solid plan. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of protein-rich cheese each day, with each serving delivering 10 to 15 grams of protein. That could mean half a cup of cottage cheese in the morning, an ounce of fresh Parmesan at lunch, and a scoop of ricotta at dinner. Total, that's 35 to 40 grams of protein from cheese alone, about half your daily needs. Asterisk. Now, you might be wondering about calories or fat. Good questions. These portions add up to about 300 to 400 calories a day, fitting easily into a balanced diet. But none of this works unless it becomes a daily habit. Studies show the real benefits are tied to participants who ate these cheeses every single day, not just once or twice a week. Think of it like brushing your teeth or taking a daily medication. It only works if you're consistent. Here's how I explain it to my patients. These cheeses aren't just food. They're an investment in your future mobility. A few extra grams of protein today can mean the difference between walking upstairs with ease at 80 or needing assistance for simple tasks. And while cheese alone is effective, it works even better when combined with the right kind of exercise. Resistance training. Now, don't worry. I'm not suggesting you go lift heavy weights at the gym. Resistance training for older adults can be as simple as standing up from a chair repeatedly, doing push-ups against a wall, or using a resistance band while seated. The key is that your muscles are working against a bit of effort. And when you eat protein, like one of these cheeses, within 2 hours of doing that type of movement, something amazing happens. Your body responds more like it did when you were younger. In fact, studies have shown that people in their 80s can regain muscle strength and function when they combine resistance training with a smart protein diet. And you don't have to do this every day. Just 2 to 3 sessions per week are enough to keep your muscles active and engaged, as long as you keep the protein consistent. And don't forget, everyday tasks count too. Lifting laundry baskets, climbing stairs, carrying groceries. All of these create the kind of muscle activity that works well with protein support. So the message is simple: move your body in small ways, give your muscles the right fuel, and repeat it daily. That's how you stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. Cheese can play a huge role in keeping your muscles healthy, but there are a few health points to consider. First, let's start with lactose intolerance. The cheeses we've discussed, cottage, ricotta, and Parmesan, are generally much easier on the stomach than milk. Parmesan in particular is so well is that it contains virtually no lactose. Ricotta and cottage cheese still have some, but far less than a glass of milk. If you're sensitive, start with small amounts and monitor your body's reaction. Can also try lactase enzyme supplements to aid digestion. Asterisk next, sodium content. If you're monitoring your blood pressure, this matters. Parmesan is naturally saltier due to how it's made. Cottage cheese is all over the map. Some brands pack over 400 milligrams of sodium in just half a cup, while low-sodium versions contain less than 100 milligrams. Ricotta is generally the friendliest of the three in terms of salt. When you're shopping, always check labels, and if possible, balance the amount of cheese you eat with fresh produce to help balance things out. Asterisk worried about cholesterol or saturated fat. Here's the truth. Modern research involving thousands of participants shows that moderate cheese consumption as part of a balanced diet doesn't significantly increase heart disease risk for most people. The key is portion control and choosing your cheeses wisely. If you're cautious, try part-skim ricotta or low-fat cottage cheese to manage fat content without sacrificing protein. Asterisk if you're on blood thinners like warfarin. There's one more thing to note. Cheese contains vitamin K, which can affect how these medications work. Doesn't mean you have to stop eating cheese. Just keep your intake consistent and let your doctor know it's a part of your routine. Asterisk for those with kidney disease. Protein needs to be managed carefully. Since cheese is high in protein, you should talk to your healthcare provider before significantly increasing your intake. Asterisk finally. Here are 5 steps to get started today. Asterisk. Step 1. Buy your cheeses. Cottage cheese, Parmesan cheese, and ricotta cheese. Stock up enough for the whole week. Asterisk. Step 2. Calculate your protein needs. Your weight in pounds. Divided by 2.2 times 1.2. Write it down. Asterisk. Step 3. Plan your meals. Add 1 type of cheese to each main meal, aiming for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Asterisk. Step 4. Move your body. Try light resistance movements, like chair squats or wall push-ups, just 2 to 3 times a week. Asterisk. Step 5. Mark your calendar. Check back in 90 days and see how your body feels. Asterisk. So now you have the tools. The right types of cheese, the right timing, and the right way to use them. If you found this video helpful, please like it, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share it with someone who could use this message too. Leave us a comment below. What cheese will you try first? We'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.